Did you know that you can actually find annuals at this time of the year on clearance for great prices? Well, I'm here today at a local family-owned garden center in my area called Russell Garden Center, and I'm going to show you guys some of the things that you can find. I specifically want to see if I can find annual vinca. Last year I found annual vinca here, and I planted them out in my landscape, and I had bought a huge tray of them, and they did wonderfully. They filled in, they created a really big wow factor in my front yard, and the best part was that the deer left them alone. They practically were zero maintenance. I did not need to give them any supplemental water except when I initially planted them, of course. They also didn't need any deadheading. They're self-cleaning, and they're very, very pretty. They have these beautiful little dainty flowers. So come along with me and I'll show you guys what I find. Alright guys, here are the vincas that I was looking for. Flowering vinca, full sun, deer resistant, and for a 4-pack, $2.99. It's a great deal if you ask me. So they have different colors. Here they have like a very hot pink. They have more of like a blush pink. They have a white with a pink center. You can see there's one here that looks like it's almost fading into a white. So very, very pretty. I personally love hot colors, so I think I'm going to stock up on the hot pinks and also as much of the white as I can. Another great annual you can add to your garden beds is marigolds. They are workhorses in the garden. There's different colors. Here they have more of an orange color and a yellow color. This specific type of variety is called Marigold Perfection, $2.99 for what looks like a pack of 4, which is honestly not a bad deal. These like sun to part shade. They get to be up to 14 to 16 inches tall, and they have very large flower heads, as you can see here. Now I do want to mention that you should pay attention to the variety or the type of marigold that you're getting, because some of them can get really tall. So this gets to be 14 to 16 inches. They have another variety here, which is called the Marigold Antigua series. It's part of the Antigua series. These get 10 to 12 inches tall, so they're a little bit shorter than these over here, and you can actually see the difference. These are shorter than those. So just so you guys can see, these come in a 4-pack, and these also come in a 4-pack as well. Great annual, which will carry you into the fall. And these would actually be perfect colors for that fall season as well. So we are currently in an outdoor section of this nursery, and you can see they have their fall mums, Winter Hardy, in a number 6 pot for $4.99 each. They have different colors here. Then if we walk over, That loud noise that you hear in the background are cicadas. We get them every year. They're very loud. I personally don't mind the noise. I find it kind of relaxing. Here they have a ton of petunias. They're looking a little tired, as they can be in the heat of the summer. I used to love growing petunias. However, last year and this year I did not, because they're a little too much maintenance for me. And depending on how much time you want to devote to your garden, that will kind of dictate what kind of annuals you should be picking. Petunias are really heavy feeders. They love water. But they are good annuals that will carry you into the fall. These red ones are beautiful. I really have a thing for hot colored flowers. Reds and hot pinks. I just love those colors. So I would say I made out pretty well. For 24 plants total, I paid $20 and change, which was an entire flat of annual vinca. I hope you guys enjoyed the nursery tour. And next I'm going to show you guys where I'm going to put these annuals. A part of me doesn't really feel like planting them out today, but I know I should, because today is a perfect day. Even though it's hot and muggy, it's an overcast day, and it's a perfect day to plant stuff out. So I'm going to time myself. It'll be fun. I'm going to time myself and see how long it will take me to plant 24 annuals. It is so hot out here, very muggy, but timer came in at 22 minutes and some seconds. I don't recall exactly how long, but I think this is gonna fill in really nicely. And at first I had a method. I thought, okay, I would like to do one whole row of light pinks, one whole row of hot pinks. I don't know if I followed that completely. Because I'm trying to get this done as fast as I can, not just so that I don't spend all day out here, but because we're supposed to get a big thunderstorm. There's some flood warnings, so I really wanted to get this done before that storm hits. But I think this will fill in really nicely by the end of the summer. It's going to put on a great show. And in the back, I have a Montgomery spruce. I forget the specs on this one. It's not supposed to get as big as other blue spruces. And it's going to have a really nice chunky pyramidal shape, which I love. Before I put that in here, I put that in last fall. I used to have a very invasive old variety of Rose of Sharon. I know there's sterile varieties out there right now. I was so traumatized with that Rose of Sharon, and I know this probably sounds kind of over dramatic, but every single spring and fall I was pulling up I'm not kidding you guys, probably like 100 or more seedlings starting the spring every single year, because it would just drop so many seeds. So I am Rose of Sharon's out. And I wanted to add some evergreen interest on this property, which I feel there wasn't enough of when we first bought this house 5 years ago. So I put that in there. I actually bought it from Japanese Maple, not Japanese Maple, MrMaple.com. Great company. They stand behind their plants. They have a very great selection of evergreens and conifers, including some very rare ones that you don't see often. They also sell azaleas and other things, so check them out. I'm not sponsored in any way. I've just purchased quite a few things from them. So I'm standing under my Japanese maple because it's the only shady area of my property. My property is pretty much all full sun except under here and my back patio. But I was going to say, I am not going to water those vincas in because, like I said before, we are expecting a lot of rain. It's really windy here and the sun has gone away. So I think we're going to get rain very soon. But I have a weird relationship with the news channel people because as a gardener, I'm sure a lot of you guys can relate. I'm sorry I look the way I do. I am drenched. I'm sure a lot of you guys can relate that when the news people say, oh, we were supposed to get a lot of rain today, and then it never happens, you're left with having to water your plants. So I'm gonna wait it out. If by later tonight we don't get any rain, then I will go ahead and come out here with my hose and I'll water everything in. If not, if it does rain, wonderful. One less thing for me to do, but I'm gonna wait it out. Also, I did say that I was going to go with the hot pink and the white vincas, but I changed my mind. But I have the Titan Punch, the Titan Bubblegum Mix, and also the Pacifica Apricot Vinca. So you can see here, full sun to part shade for the Pacifica Apricot, but I put these in last year. I actually bought all of the different colors and they all did really well. And the other two are complete full sun. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really do appreciate the company. If you guys like this video, please don't forget to like the video, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys later.